This is awesome. Let me get my angle.
I'm from mom and castle. Got it ground like gravel. Coming back around like lasso. Macro. Like a vision board, I see with clarity. I hustle like my name is Garyvee.
Sabas, I've been telling you.
Accountants was talking about equity. I'm Triple H giving the pedigree. The meaning I'm special, my specialty. I'm putting in the work till I'm dirt in the earth. I'm moving furniture to Beverly.
You're my fucking idol, Gary. I just found you last night. The competition for that idol spot must have not been that tough. Hey, Mamuya. I'm great, Mom. How are you? I'm in Belgium. You know what I've been doing on Facebook? Did you hear? I've been converting my videos into other languages, so now people who only speak Russian can watch the videos and see them in Russians. They can, они может читать in Russian. Hello. I had to stay up so late. So I'm on from 3 to 4?
Yes, 3 to 4, and then you have the book signing. You're gonna do that on stage.
And that's gonna take a good hour, right?
No, we're gonna do that in half an hour. But we have
no
to,
selfies?
We have a buffer.
Yeah, we do. What time is dinner?
We leave here at 7.
Yep.
There, 7:15. So, yeah.
Maybe 10?
Yeah,
10 to 11? All right, Belgium, you won. All right, Belgium, I have good news. We're gonna do a meetup. He gave me permission. D-Rock gave me permission. So we're doing it 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. tonight. Details coming shortly. We'll announce location at 7:30, right? So mad at Apple. Oh, shit.
Okay. Wow, that was lucky.
You didn't catch that. That was literally the best thing that's happened in 168 episodes, or whatever we're at. 163, and you missed it. Good morning, East Coast. Sorry if I woke you up, West Coast. We're very well into our day here in Belgium, doing a meetup tonight. Oh, say that, I like that.
Antwerpen.
Tonight, 10 p.m. Belgium. Pass this on, tag in the comments all of your Belgian friends and your Western European friends. Yeah. Getting focused here in Belgium. Really excited about this event. Longtime friend. Known each other, what, 6 years?
Yes.
7?
10. The WAP was 2006.
No, I don't know.
No, the WAP was 2006.
I wasn't at that one. No, I wasn't.
You were
I know.
It was a snowy one.
I don't think it was 6.
We will find it out.
Let's make a bet.
What's the bet?
$400,000 cash.
Okay, perfect.
Fine. It can't be because I started Wine Library TV February 2006.
Okay.
So at minimum it's 2008, minimum. And it's probably 2009, believe it.
Okay, yeah. But then I owe you a lot.
Euros, by the way. Yeah, just getting focused, getting ready. It's been, like, I'm in an interesting zone lately. I think the last 2 talks I've given in Canada and in Ireland, maybe I need to start talking outside the US. I think I've found a new cadence. This one should be fun because my friend here has very much adapted into the thesis that I've been talking about for the last decade and has made some noise in this market. This market's different, obviously. You know, the Snapchats and Instagrams of the world are at the cusp, just emerging. Twitter has not been able to grab a foothold here. It is a Facebook environment, but as we were yapping, incredible amounts of direct mail investment, which is crazy when Facebook is so good at that. So we'll go there. I'm gonna probably do quite a bit of Q&A. And so the last couple talks have been very entrepreneur, very philosophical, very emotional intelligence, very much works for, what is that?
The last 2010.
2010, yeah. 400,000 euros, yeah.
That's a lot of speech.
Yeah, so we'll see where it goes. I think this one will go a little bit more tactical, the details of marketing more so than kind of the philosophical places I've been able to take the last couple talks, which will get more tactical, and that's great, right? That is in itself clouds and dirt, and so we'll see where we want to go. This is a perfect example of where I want to do more Q&A because I want to be able to answer a very direct question to the audience, and so it's a smaller group, which also lends itself to an intimacy that I enjoy. It's so funny for me how much I enjoy both 18,000 people in Lisbon and 10 people in a conference room like we did yesterday in Ireland before the main stage, and everything in between. And this is in between. It's a warm crowd. And so, I mean warm in the fact that They have a lot of emotion and relationship to him. He has that for me. So it should be a really great day here. And gonna do a meetup later, which is exciting. We've got to see, they really put me to work. They let me sleep a little bit, but that made me put me to work. So this isn't in my normal 1 hour in and out. They've got 7 to 10 different fucking events, signed books. The library! Thank you so much. What's your name? Good. Makes me so happy. Oh, I love it. T-Rock, get in here. You enjoyed it?
Absolutely.
Great, thank you
So nice to meet you. What's up, vlog?
And since then, enormous change.
Separate sponsors.
In Belgium we have a saying, I don't know if it's in English, the high trees catch the most wind.
I love it. And that will be until I die.
Yeah.
I will always innovate. I have too much confidence to worry about what other people think. All the upside is being a pioneer. I want to be the highest tree with the heaviest wind. €400,000. Hey guys, yeah. Thank you for having me. What I don't understand, I don't care if I'm right or wrong, I'm just blown away that you're willing to not find out. We just sit with our thoughts and theories of what's tried and true. Let me tell you something. What got you here today is not gonna get you to the next place. And we sit in theory, and we sit in romance, and we sit in how, you know how many people in this room make business decisions on how they wish the world was working? The market is always right, not your fucking ego. And I've got nothing but ego. But when it comes to the market, I only have humility. The market is always right. And we sit in ivory towers thinking we're super fucking smart, and we disrespect the market every day, and that's why we lose. In last year's fiscal year, 96% of the Fortune 500 companies in the world lost market share. They lost market share because they're marketing like it's 2005, they're marketing like it's 1997, they're marketing like it's 1984. That's why they lost market share. And I know this because there's only one other time that we have seen this big of businesses lose this much global market share. It was the late 40s and early 50s when the world transitioned from radio to television. My friends, we are transitioning from television to this. It's already happened. I've been here for a long time. I implore you to join me. Thank you. Thank you. Which one do you like the best? Forehead? Left side? Or across the face? Just completely crushed it. Like slayed it in Belgium. This guy slayed it. More than this guy. And more than this guy. I'm so competitive for no reason. Like such nice guys. They're like right here. I'm like, you're such a good man. You're my best friend. And then I'm like, fuck you, I'm the best. By the way, most of your clients agree with you. Like in their brains, they know what's going on in the world. It's just that their modeling mix internally or their reporting internally doesn't justify the spend with you guys. And more importantly, there's a dirty little secret that isn't talked about enough, which is that marketing takes the credit and is to blame for business results, often when it has nothing to do with the business. And so they're scared. So the answer is he, unless you've got the balls to pull it off, needs to go to the CEO or the board and get it pushed down from the top. You need protection to innovate. That's it. No different than the answer I gave the kid that's sitting in your seat. Like, I wish I could give you a better answer, but that's it. Either the most senior person gives you the air cover to get it done, or you wait, and in between, you find the little scraps of opportunities that you guys have found, just like me. You need examples. You know, for example, you need to put your money where your mouth is. You're getting bigger. Maybe you go to a local business. Maybe they're a friend or relative of one of you guys, and maybe you don't charge them. Maybe you put up the money. Maybe you put up $25,000 for the pizza shop. Do it, record it, show them. 1 step backwards, 3 steps forward. It's always the same thing. Pictures, videos, words, sounds, until we die, until the robots take over. Where is what changes. 80 years ago, 100 years ago, people said, you're not being social. You don't use a telephone. You go to the man's house and you shake his hand and you sit down and you talk. People were upset when letters were invented. They were. You're supposed to go over to their house and draw in their cave. From 16 to 23 years old, I always had $1,000 on me, always. I didn't have an ATM card. I'm old. No, and I'm a businessman. You never know when you're gonna walk into a situation where I needed to buy something for 500 bucks. I wasn't a normal kid, right? I was doing business. So I might go to Toys R Us and they might have all the Power Rangers and I'm gonna need cash.
Now.
It's a real pleasure, we'll talk later.
We'll have dinner together.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm big on sales. In general, for me personally, and this is not a tried and true answer, for me, I love people that have sold stuff in their life. There's something consistent about it that's really worked out for me in the last 20 years. And they can be tech nerdy. The kids I liked coming up the game would like rip music from Napster, put on CDs and sell it in school. So it was a little tech, it was a little product, right? I was baseball cards and lemonade. Some people were candy, So I like sales. I try to figure out as hardcore as I can, do they need to do this because they can't breathe if they did anything else? Or are they doing it because they think there's more money in it or because it's cool now? I think that 95% of the startup founders that I meet are doing it for the other two things. They're either doing it because they think the most money is there, because they get seduced by the exits they read about, or because it's now cool to be a startup founder. So I hate the current state of startup. Hate it. I've not been investing at all for the last year and a half. Nothing. I've made a couple big investments in things that I'm really involved in, but the kind of stuff that you guys are mainly doing, I'm not even taking meetings because I feel like we have the greatest era of fake entrepreneurship ever. In the US, it just became so big and powerful and popular, everybody did it. And in other places, it was good for the country, the region, it was the right thing to do, which is both true. The problem is it brings a lot of people into the game that aren't meant to be. So my biggest thing that I'm looking for the best entrepreneur and founder is, are they an entrepreneur and founder? Or are they acting like one? And that's too hard. And unlike the advice I gave downstairs about, well, hire and fire, you can't unfire a $100,000 investment, And so I think that I look for people that are driven, patient, and not fancy. The amount of people that are founders of companies who go skiing on the weekend, who go to every marketing meetup event, who take selfies with micro celebrities. We're in such a bullshit era. Basically, club promoters have taken over entrepreneurship. It's the truth. And the reason there's giggles and head nods is we know it. It just became cool. Document over create. My point on creating content is instead of trying to think what you make, just document everything you're doing. Do you know that 2 or 3 of you, if you just documented the journey of figuring this out, that people would watch your video on YouTube every day of you trying to figure out the school system, and that in itself was what would build your business. Yeah, it's a story, it's the journey of an entrepreneur. The legacy that I'm creating with DailyVee, fuck. You know how cool that's gonna be when there's 10 years worth of my everyday? Big day. Big day.
Great day.
Great day, right?
Great day.
Great day in Belgium.
Topdag.
Especially if I pull off very big things. I would love, you know how fun it would be to watch the 3 years before Drake became famous, everything he did? You know how fascinating that is? And by the way, even if it never changed your business, do you know how much fun it would be for your granddaughter to watch you do it? Really, think about life. You know how inspiring that would be? She'd be like, damn, grandma was a hustler. I want to be one too. No, really, right? Like, you know how much fun it would be for me right now to see my dad making $2 an hour in 1979, waking up at 4:30, driving, working 15 hours in a liquor store and then coming back. That's cool. So, I don't think we think long-term enough what it really means. You know, I look at stuff now, I'm like, oh man, I was so young. Oh shit, I was pretty fat. You know, it's cool. That's why I do it.
The reality that you're in yourselves just make it
so.
I think everything about me is pulling it in opposite directions. I'm the most inspirational and the most practical. You know, I'm in it. Strategy, crowds and dirt, man. It's my life.
The priest was here, and there is the skull. See
It's
the skull there?
in. This is so awesome.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably cool. So modern, so rad. I'm excited. I'm gonna eat everything in sight. I'm so happy Jordan's not here. All right, I'm gonna make sure I have no fires for 3 minutes, then I'm gonna do the call, and then we can really hang. I just hate when I'm out of commission.
Charge the phone, no?
I need to charge it, but I'll get that from D-Rock. All right, Snapchat, here's where the meetup's happening, this fancy restaurant in this grassy knoll right near it. Here I am, next picture. I do a call-in show. I said, a lot of entrepreneurs like to read books, come to conferences, have meetings, but they don't want to do. I said, it reminds me of the guy who wants to play tennis, and instead of practicing, what he does is he goes to the sporting goods store and he buys the best sneakers. He buys Roger Federer's headband. He buys the best tennis racket, brand new shorts, and then he goes on the court and he loses 6-0. That's what I see with a lot of entrepreneurs. They've watched all my videos, read all your books, they've done all the courses. They don't want to do the work. When you look at the guys and girls that are great tennis players, they spent every day of their childhood playing tennis.
No other way.
There's no one but they didn't.
So what you are saying is the guys who are looking at your videos are not the real entrepreneurs.
I'm saying that the ones
I never watched that.
Here's what I'll say. The ones that only watch them and never do are not, and there's a lot of people that do that. They get the feeling from me, and that's enough. My best days are when I'm leading my Instagram comments and people are like, this is my last video, I'm ready to go. And I love it. Not good for my following count, not good for my views, the best for my heart. Because there's always somebody else. Which is why I spend a lot of time trying to get people to build practical businesses, because there is a lot of people that can make $100,000 a year in profit. There's not a lot that can build $1 billion company. And so I'm trying to push the practicality of entrepreneurship and startup, and it's working. You saw that kid today who said, hey, you helped me, I was gonna try to build Facebook, now I've got this good business. It's exciting. There's no feeling, you know, it's funny. I can go close a $4 million deal with Kellogg's or IBM, fine. I come home and I get an email from a kid who tells me there's no better feeling than that. That's legacy. I always knew how to make money. That's nothing new. The legacy of impacting people, that's new, that's exciting. That's hearing that kid would have failed. Now maybe he won't. Not only will he then feel the benefits, but his children will. That's impact.
I started working out.
It's good, man. How's everybody? Good? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Gary.
How's the food?
Food was fucking ridiculously good. All right, here's my concept for this so I can like get through this. Let's just first do like selfies and signed books, and then we can do questions, because otherwise people have to wait like 4 or 5 hours. I've done this before, so let's first do the photos and things of that nature, and then I'll try to answer questions if I can. If I have a minute. Where is D-Rock?
D-Rock is over here.
Oh, hi D-Rock.
Can I take a picture?
Awesome, real pleasure.
Who for you is the best NBA player ever?
Who's the best NBA player ever?
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, right?
You're not recording. How long did that take you?
Oh, an hour. And 2 hours.
It took 3 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for coming. Reverse engineer yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Not for your parents, not for me, not for him, for yourself.
Thanks, Gary.
You got it.
Oh, I don't even know, man.
Fuck, man.
Here comes stuff.
Lots of pens, lots of pens.
You're the one who made me shift towards gratitude in my business.
How do you choose which
Funny thing happens when you make that move.
True, right?
Yeah. It's, you know, all these things are switches. Everybody wants these little things. They're binary. You're either on or you're off.
Yep.
There's no half pregnant.
The process.
It's a process. Love it.
I really want to work for it, but my question is, the only thing that I'm missing is actually a good financial base.
Yep.
I know how to get it, but how can I work it in that way that I still have something to say in my own idea, the best possible way?
Well, if you don't have the money and if you raise the money, you don't have the say, then you have to wait until you have the money to have the say.
That's the best and only way, you think?
It's the only way if you want to have say. Unless you decide that this idea is worth you learning from. The biggest problem everybody here is going to make is they think their current idea is the end all be all. A lot of your businesses and ideas are stepping stones.
Okay.
So maybe it's better for you to not have say, learn what's good, learn what's bad. You're a young man.
Yeah, 31.
You know what's great about being a businessman is you don't retire at 31 like an athlete. You play forever. So instead of waiting until you make the money to have control, maybe it's better to not have control. You learn, it sucks because you don't have control,
True.
but you learn, maybe you'll make some money, and then you can take the money and go do your next thing. You're always gonna have ideas. This isn't your first idea.
That's true, that's true. That's
Got it?
true.
Don't fall in love with an idea.
Okay, exactly. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Gary,
Yes.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, but we need to do, this is what always happens. Let's bang out let me bang out a little bit more, but I will answer it, I
Yes.
promise you.
This is
This is
one of
what
the
you
drinks
guys-
I'm making, and
That's her product.
I love that.
And she's doing the household.
Just a happy family.
11 p.m.
Cousin Gary in town.
With a man here, Gary Vaynerchuk.
We're together
Fuck ideas.
with all our
execution is
friends.
the key.
Execution's the game.
Yeah, man.
Ideas are shit without execution. Love it. Real pleasure. Good, man. How are you?
I want to say to you that if today I stand there, it's because of one guy who is behind you, who got twisted what you said, that you have to cut friends from your inner circle
Yes.
to succeed.
Yes.
And today, I know that I'll achieve greatness because I will show him that you have not to cut friends to make it.
I love it, man. Well, good.
And may I have a picture?
Yes, sir. Respect.
Thanks for replying to me at Twitter.
My pleasure. And find a way. Thank you, man. Too many people try to make a narrative. The only narrative that works is your true narrative.
Yeah.
So many people here fronting as experts or as coaches and making stuff happen. You're aspiring. You're through the process. Document your best story that will get more people to buy more jewelry than anything is that you guys come out and say, we're just starting. We don't know shit. We just know that we want to put this out in the world. People will relate to that more than you saying we're this, we're that. Got it?
Yeah.
The truth always wins.
Okay.
It might not be winning this moment, this month, this year, but it always wins at the end. You understand?
Yeah.
Look, people's mouths are way ahead and ambitions are way ahead of their actions. Everybody's talking shit, but people aren't putting in the work. So you just need, but by the way.
If that's your goal.
Exactly, like, do you know how great it is to make $100,000 a year and be happy and go on vacation and love your life? It's great. Everybody now thinks they have to build Facebook. It's stupid.
Exactly.
You just need to know yourself. You don't need to
And
be
can you
me.
start at 28?
You could start
Or
at
build-
58.
And building
Kentucky,
$1 million businesses?
Of course, Kentucky Fried Chicken. The guy was 75 years old when he started.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, hug, man.
The greatest person I've ever met on this
Thank you,
fucking
man.
planet.
Thank
yeah,
you,
for
man.
real. Like, look what you've done. Like,
Thank
it's
you, man.
fucking amazing.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
man.
much.
Thanks for
I
coming.
look forward actually to grow up, like, to follow you like the next 5, 10, 20 years.
Thank you, man.
It's fucking insane.
Thank you,
so
man.
much.
Thank you. If I grew up in the era that you're growing up in, this shit would have been over a long time ago. If I had eBay and Shopify and Google and fucking the internet, I didn't have shit. There was no computers. Fucking went to the store, bought shit, love it. Bought shit, went to the flea market on Saturday and sold it. Like shit, like you guys have it so good, so easy.
You should come
You
to
have it so good.
Glen,
You have so good, so easy that it tricks you that it's easy.
That's the problem.
It's so good and so easy that you're getting tricked that it's easy. It's not easy. Got it? Yo, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Hustle, you motherfucker.
My business on the side or take a gap year and try to launch it.
Both work.
Both?
Both work.
Which one is best?
I don't know you well enough, you know. You know what I mean? They both work.
Yes.
Which one do you want to do?
I would like to try to take a gap year, but
So take a gap
I'm
year.
scared.
Well, that's why you're not asking.
Yes. Which one will you do?
I wouldn't take either.
What will you do then?
I can't answer that for you. Fear's holding you back. You know what you want to do. The only reason you're not doing it is because you're scared of doing what you actually want to do. Right?
Yes, that's.
Are you scared to do it because your parents won't like it?
No, my parents actually support me.
Okay, so what are you scared of, failing?
not failing, but still being at the same place when my friends are at the next level.
Huge mistake. You don't want the same thing your friends want.
No.
So why the fuck do you care what they have? Number one mistake so many people make is they care about what other people have. I don't give a fuck what anybody has. If I have more, if I have less, doesn't matter. I worry about myself. The fact that you're worrying about other people's accomplishments is already a losing formula. You need to get rid of that first, then you can focus on yourself.
Thank you.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
You just have to talk these things through, and then when you get to the right answer, you answered it, which I love.
Yes.
So the fact that you care that 1 year later, you do your thing, which you loved and you decided that you want to do, but you weren't successful, and your friend got a job and now he's got a little bit more money, that bothers you. I built a $45 million business in 4 years and was still paying myself $40,000. No fancy car, no fucking watch, no fucking bling bling, because I knew what I was doing it for. I believed fully, she's still here, in what I was doing, right? You're worried about way too many short-term goals. When your mouth says that you want big-time goals.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Gary,
yeah.
Do you recommend that you document the journey?
Yes. Guys, the amount of people that are asking me questions, dude, I'm just gonna say it real quick. Everybody's asking me questions they know the answers to. You know, the fact that you used the words document the journey. You know I believe in that. Everybody, same with you, same with a bunch. You're all looking for permission.
I'm afraid of documenting.
That's it. Everybody's, that's right. It's all fear, because it's a binary thing. Once you can get your mindset around why you're doing things and that you're doing it for yourself, it all opens up. Both of you, back to back, care about other people. And that's fine. I care. I don't want to let my parents down, but not at the expense of my one life.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man. Yeah, cool. Again, watch what I do.
Just
don't
start
listen,
doing
do shit. Like when I thought of 60 Second Club, I did it an hour later. And I have a big audience, I have a lot to lose. Right? I have a lot to lose. And then again, I just said it, it's been fucking 3 months. I switched back. I'm not scared to change.
Just do shit.
Do shit. I knew that I was a businessman, and when you guys, most of you didn't see this, that big man that I hugged out, he saw it. I was the wine guy.
Yeah.
I was the wine guy. So I started making business videos, and everybody's comments were, stick to wine. Do what you do. What the fuck do you know about business? I had already built the business. People didn't even know me for that. Just do shit. I decided I'm gonna start a beanie company. I may or may not, but I'm trying to do it. Right? Remember the honey cup? Where's the honey company? Remember, for some of you that watch Ask Garyvee? There is no honey company. Vaynertoys failed. Like, there's no honey company. I didn't get to it. I tried to. I got a lot of samples. I got a lot of data. I'm just doing all the time. We're ideating every day, making up shit on the spot. Playing, doing. If 1 out of 30 things succeeds, it's better than all of the things that you guys haven't started.
Boom.
Nice.
I got
all right. You got it? Go do something.
Sorry, don't.
Dude, what the fuck is this thing?
Look it up.
I love the old school, man. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. The vlog?
Yeah, the vlog. The biggest value you can just share with my viewers.
What kind of viewers are they? Youngsters?
Youngsters like me, people who want to start a business, people who need personal development.
It's patience. It's fucking patience. It's patience. Like, all of you want it too fast. I'm 41 years old, and I feel like I'm 7. Like, when I was 15 or 17 or 22, I thought 41-year-olds were so fucking old. They felt so old. I wish all of you 13, 16, 19, and 24-year-olds could feel how young I am in my soul right now. It would change everything you do. You would become dramatically more patient, which would mean that you would make a lot more of the successes that you want to happen. Most of you will lose because you're trying to take shortcuts.
Wow. The process.
The process.
I have a question.
My pleasure. And you're young. You can make 19 mistakes and start at 30 and get your shit going.
Thank you, man.
Lack of patience.
Okay.
Lack of patience. That's what that ladder's up to. I'm here. You got it, D-Rock? Yeah. Bye guys, I love you.
Bye.
See ya.
I have the idea for an application, but it's for like charity.
Okay.
But it's not like normal people, they give stuff like donations. Yeah, no.
Gamification works. Charity donations happen. the combination of the two and the economics around building an actual business, the problem is right now everybody's building apps and they're not building businesses.
Yeah, it's true.
I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is what you need to think about.
Thank you.
It's the business of apps, not apps that are businesses. Everybody's thinking about apps. Your app might be right. Do you have a sustainable business? The economics of the scale of what you're building is very difficult.
Yeah, that's true.
Got it? Cool.
Thank you for it.
Awesome.
Thank you. You will hear from me. I promise.
I hope so. What's up, brother?
One thing you would have done different in VaynerMedia.
No regrets.
No regrets. No.
Hey, thank you so
Can't
much.
think, you know, like, let me give you the best piece. This is a great, I appreciate you asking that. What value in the world does it have to look backwards in a world where you're gonna make a ton more mistakes? Do you know what I mean? Like, reconciling mistakes you've made in the past in a world where you're gonna be making a bunch more seems like a waste of energy to me, you know? That's what, you learn from your mistakes, but like, who knows if I didn't do that, everything's wired together. If I didn't make that mistake, but would have that led me to that meeting, which became my ultimate upside? You can't unwind them. Everybody wants to unwind shit to tactics. That's why I stay so macro. Got it? Yeah. Awesome, I hope so, man. Do it. My man.
Thank you very much.
You're never gonna beat what you copy. 1:06 in the morning, leaving 4 or 5 hours to airport. Hustled it hard in Belgium. Brought it in Belgium. Fucking brought it. Fucking brought it.